gentlemen, here we are to a new episode of the Big Impact Show. Let me say you that I'm very honored to receive such distinguished guests. I'm talking about Somdatta Mitra and Kanakagiri Shakuntala. Okay.
Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Welcome. You are very welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Pleasure all ours
Thank
to host you, two wonderful poetesses on our platform. Really.
Yeah, it's a great honor indeed to us.
Same here.
Now, for we know a little more about you both, I would like you present yourselves to us. Okay? Some data, please.
Yes, sure. I will begin, giving myself a name. I mean, everybody gives themselves a name. I give myself, a code word that is freedom.
Wow.
Through me, freedom breathes. Okay. Every woman, they really uplift themselves from where they are. And I could really relate and connect to my soul. And I just once uttered this word that freedom is meant for me. And to be very precise, I am, by profession, a teacher. And by passion, I am an orator and a poetess, as well as a painter. I love painting.
Wow.
And and I love connecting to children, whoever they are, from wherever, from the entire world they are. I connect to children. Of late, I'm working with some African children who are orphans, and they are refugees. And I just guide them over their poetry, because they really like cherishing how to learn poetry. They're very enthusiastic, and even they're enthusiastic to learn from certain books, because in their countries books are not available as per the requisite. So I help them, connect to them, and I love being with children. And also, I am a humanitarian activist. I work on the humanitarian grounds, maybe through my poetry, or maybe physically, near my vicinity, near anywhere where people need me, I'm there for them. So that's
Wonderful.
Thank you.
More admiration to know a little
Yes,
more
exactly.
about. Okay, now you, Madam Kanakagiri.
Yes,
Please.
yes, please. Thank you so much. And at the outset, I'd like to thank you, Jedda Castro, if I may call you like that. So, and Vandana, thank you both of you for having me here. It's a pleasure, and I was very enthusiastic to meet both of you, because your names are heard all over. So it has been a nice opportunity meeting you. Yes, it's an honor, it's a privilege for me to be with you all here today. And of course, Somdatta ma'am has introduced herself, and she's got so many colorful activities to her credit. Well, mine is not so colorful or so active life. My name is Shakuntala Kanakagiri, and my mother tongue is Telugu. I don't know if you have heard about it. So I'm an Andhraite, basically belonging to Andhra, and my language I speak is Telugu. I have two sons and two daughters-in-law, a grandson and a granddaughter, both cuties, two little cuties over there. Yeah, and yes, I think after my children left, and for the last 5 years, I think I just stumbled upon one of these groups where I randomly, I didn't even know that I was writing poetry or I wanted to write poetry. I just happened to post something, and to my surprise, I ended up with the first place there. So that sort of, probably that sort of egged me on to start participating, in small poetry competitions and contests and all. And ever since I've been writing for the pleasure of it mostly, not from a professional point of view or to prove something to somebody. But when I could, and if I could, I was writing. What I didn't understand, I left it. So I would just go by, simple methods only. So nothing very forceful, or I must do it, or I have to prove something. Definitely not that way. But I enjoy writing, and ever since I've been writing by God's grace, and I don't know how long I'm going to write. Yeah, yeah. I've also been teacher. Yeah, a teacher primary schools. Initially, I was teaching standard 5. Subsequently, when my husband got posted to Bangalore, I joined the junior college. I worked as a junior college lecturer. I was a lecturer in sociology. So it's not a very long drawn professional career, but on and off, yes, I have been dabbling with my teaching, and I enjoyed. My students also, we had a very good rapport. Loved doing all the jobs, whatever I could. So dabbled in little things. Yeah. So
Wow.
that's about me.
Welcome to the show,
Wow.
ma'am. So good to hear.
Very well.
Thank you.
Very well.
Thank you so much.
Guys,
Thank you.
that is why I said to you, they are distinguished guests. Oh,
Distinguished,
see?
correct.
No. Oh no.
Now you understand why I
No.
said that. Okay, let's begin. Now let's talk about a poetry. I ask you to both of you, in your opinion, which ancient poet caused a big impact in the literature world, in your opinion? And following, kindly recite a poem from him or her. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. Can
So
you
should so
can you
so
Kanakagiri?
Yeah. With me?
Kanakagiri
Can
ma'am,
you
please go first. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Uh, as per, that ancient poet that we wanted to know about or read about, I have chosen William Shakespeare,
Mhm.
and
wow.
it's it's somebody who's been known for generations together, and for the coming generations also. He'll still be alive through his ink. And I don't think there will be anybody, even if they don't know much about poetry, also not knowing about the name William Shakespeare, I think there'll hardly be anybody of that kind.
Yes, yes.
So yes, so everybody knows William Shakespeare, born in the 15th century poet, and lived on till 1616. And of course, he was an actor, he was a playwrightist, and he was also more so a poet. I think he enjoyed being a poet, and his poems are worldwide. They are celebrated, I would say. His dramas, they have been hosted in any number of schools, any number of colleges, any number of places. I remember as a child in my school also, Macbeth and Juliet and Romeo, these dramas were, played. And as children, we did enjoy that very much. And Shakespeare is known apart from this for his sonnets. I believe he had written 154 sonnets, but there is a debate about this, that he must have written even much more than what he has actually written. But whatever it is, regardless of that, I would say I selected sonnet 18. And this sonnet 18, I believe it's supposed to be one of the famous sonnets written by William Shakespeare. And the name of this sonnet is, yeah, the name of this sonnet is, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer Day? I don't know if you might have all heard about this sonnet. I think there was a prompt also in one of the groups when we happened to write on this. Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a metaphoric poem, and all of you know that what English weather is like. And most of the times it is either cool, wet winters or hot, warm, wet summers. So on one of those days, when a summer day was beautiful, and the bard was walking along the countryside, enjoying nature, and that beautiful summer day, he happened to see a maiden, and the maiden was also from out of the blue. So she was so beautiful that he was taken in by her beauty. And after singing praises of her, he suddenly realized that beauty was very ephemeral, transient, and how this beauty could be preserved. So he went on to write a poem based on this experience of his, and this was towards his fag end of his life, that he started writing more sonnets, I believe. Okay, I'll read the poem out now. Yeah. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometimes too hot, the eye of heavens shines, and often in his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometimes declines by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy external summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his school, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. This is the
Oh,
sonnet here. Yeah. So
great
the
advice.
yeah.
Great,
So that
great.
thank you, thank you. The gist of it is that beauty dies
Inspirational.
out. Yeah, the gist of is it that beauty dies out. So in order to preserve beauty and to let people know, I believe he was interested in writing, and through writings, even the beauty, whether it is of nature or whether it is of people, that can be kept alive for generations to come. That is the intent
Truly,
of this.
truly
Beautiful.
said.
Thank,
So very much.
thank
Now
thank you, ma'am.
you, Mother Somdatta,
Somdatta,
with a
Yes,
ma'am.
poem.
Yes.
yes. Actually, to be very honest, I am very much fond of Sarojini Naidu and
Mhm.
uh, William Wordsworth. These are the two
Yeah.
poets who really connect to me, whose poems I have been really reading a lot more than any other poet. But since I have been used to their poems, today I feel I want to change my form and come to another very popular poet, Felicia Dorothea Hemans, and
Wow,
famous
great,
poem is
great.
Casabianca.
Mhm.
The
So,
lady was immense. She had immense popularity for her talent in romantic themes. She dealt with romantic poems, picturesque, childhood, travels, innocence, life, nature. So many things were her themes. So Casambianca deals with the obedience of a child who was asked to stand on the ship, and till he was expecting that his father would give him the next next order. He would abide by that and he will not move from there. So the poem deals with the emotions of a child, how much he was obedient and how much he loved his father.
Mhm.
So
Let's
here
hear
I
it,
go.
ma'am.
Great.
Mhm.
Casabianca. The boy stood on the burning deck when Saul but him had fled. The flame that lit the battle's wreck shone round him over the dead. Yet beautiful and bright he stood, as born to rule the storm, a creature of heroic blood, a proud though childlike form. The flames rolled on, he would not go without his father's word. That father fent in death below, his voice no longer heard. He called aloud, "Say, father, say, if yet my task is done." He knew not that the chieftain lay unconscious of his son. "Speak, father," once again he cried, "if I may yet be gone." And but the booming shots replied, and fast the flames rolled on. Upon his brow he felt their breath, and in his waving hair, and looked from that lone post of death in still yet brave despair, and shouted, but once more aloud, "My father, must I stay?" While over him fast through sail and shroud the wreathing fires made way. They wrapped the ship in splendor wild. They caught the flag on high and streamed above the gallant child like banners in the sky. There came a burst of thunder sound. The boy, oh, where was he? Ask of the winds that far around with fragments strewed the sea. With mast and helm and pennon fair that well had borne that part, but the noblest thing which perished there was that young, faithful heart. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Bravo.
Really excited. Really. Great.
Thank you.
You
Thank
rock. You both rock on this presentation. Okay. Now, let's to start now a new segment with Vandana. Is a dynamic time. Dear Vandana,
Yes.
guide
So,
us. Conduct
yes.
us. Moment.
So we all know that the month of May is known as the, the mental health awareness month. So keeping that in mind, we have come up with some words in this section called dynamics, word dynamics. All you have to do, Kanakagiri ma'am and Somdatta ma'am, I will give you a word, and in reply, you have to give me one word that comes to your mind. All right? No phrase, no sentence, just one word.
Okay.
Yeah, does it? I have a question here.
Mhm.
Yeah, is it supposed to be a synonym, or it can be anything that can go with that word?
Anything. It could be an adjective, a synonym,
Okay.
anything that comes to
Okay.
your mind related to that word.
Oh,
All right? So
yeah.
Right.
here we go. I will go first with
Yeah.
Kanakagiri ma'am.
Oh my.
So no, don't worry, ma'am. Very easy words, and it's just a word play. That is all it is. So mind,
Yeah. What?
mind,
My thoughts.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, Somdatta ma'am.
Whimsical.
Whimsical mind. Okay. Gelda ma'am, would you like to play, or should I go with these two?
I would like to play too, of course.
Okay,
Yes.
most welcome.
My,
Yeah.
I love,
Yeah.
my word is idea.
Idea. All right,
I
good. Okay, so the second word for Somdatta ma'am. Uh, consciousness. Hmm.
Righteousness. Righteous. Righteous or
Righteous. Okay.
Okay.
Kanakagiri ma'am.
Awareness.
Awareness. Gelda
Yeah.
ma'am.
wakefulness.
Wow.
Wakefulness. Wow. Okay. All- Okay. So this one is easy. The third one for Kanakagiri ma'am. Care.
I didn't get you.
Care. C-A-R-E. Care.
Care, love,
Care, love. Somdatta ma'am.
Concern.
Concern. Gelda ma'am.
Guidance.
Guidance. All right. And my last word for Somdatta ma'am. Well-being.
Well-being. Optimism.
Interesting. Shakuntala ma'am.
health,
Well-being.
healthy, health,
Healthy. Okay.
healthy or health, yeah.
Gelda ma'am.
Comfort.
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 Okay. All right. Thank you for playing and thank you for giving me such, wonderful words. So
It was a
Welcome.
pleasure playing here. It's a privilege for
thank
me.
you. Thank you, ma'am.
I-
So
I'm
give
feeling
me some
relieved actually.
time.
I was so,
I will come up with
Yeah.
something. I will try my best, to put these wonderful words
Hmm.
into something. Okay.
Wow.
While we're going to organize these words, we will continue our talk about poetry. And now I would like to read your own poem. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Your poem. Present to us your poem. Somdatta, please.
Okay. Before I recite my poem, I would like to mention one line that for this poem, self-written poem, I have received a world record for writing the longest fairy tale from
Wow.
Inzoid Pub.
Wow. My great.
Wow.
The title is Fairy Tale. In the twilight, as I lay on my rooftop for a tranquility, perhaps I was lost in my dreams with a malleability. All at once, I am relocated to a fairy land, with chocolates, butter, milk into a river of a dreamland, with finest cashew nuts and raisins to astonish. The pastries and cakes were flowers quite symphonic of to cherish. Some escargot and waffles were spread over a wooden table. A morsel of arancini and pierogi took to my delight with a label. The oberek and the pavavne attracted me as they lit the candles. With an exotic vessel to embellish the barbecue, they prattled. The moonlit night enamored a romantic fervor. Some angels, over and anon, served me the vacuous to soothe like an observer. Planets were all around me with innumerable questions. A sudden jump from the tree amazed me to witness the witches. With exuberance and ebullience, they recited some poetry in suffices. They excited my sensitivities while cycling, holding some devices. Exclaiming with riddles, they engaged in photography. They wore black attires and indulged in writing their autobiographies. In a desperation, these magicians read geography. They asked me innumerable questions relating to philosophy. Tiny dwarfs walked past the garden with baskets of cookies turning into a fountain. They screamed at the tiny frogs croaking near a well. They cooked some noodles over an oven to declare a farewell. They embraced me with abundant love. They offered me with tiny beds to sleep like Snow White and sprang above. With divine grace, some princes kissed my hands. They were so courteous that I was lost in their eyes. They seemed to me to be gallants of Shakespeare's stories. They bowed down near me to show some fairies. They escorted me inside a ferry where the embellishments comprised festoons and balloons. They greeted me with a happy birthday. They gifted me with elegant attires in an array. They helped me to look beautiful in front of a mirror. As I inquired, Mirror, mirror, who is the prettiest of all in this exploration? The mirror replied, You are the prettiest of all, my princess, as you are bold and confident and you fear no consequences. You are honest and diligent. You always sacrifice for others to help them, to sustain lives like an incandescent candle. To my surprise, a helicopter lifted me above. I could see so many stars in the midnight to alarm. I touched the stars and the moon like fireflies moving around a garden like balloons. I spoke to some beautiful souls who were executed for cajoling, some flamboyant woman in a repose. I climbed a ladder towards a creeper. I witnessed a beautiful castle which was made of gold and silver. The divine glance astonished me to such an extent, I went inside the castle to enjoy its elegance. To my sudden amazement, in a moment, a casket full of gems were gifted to me by some angels. In a terrific consternation, a flash of light passed over my conscience. Jesus was in front of me, blessed me to help the needy and the destitute. I was in an oblivion and mesmerized. A fairy tale it is indeed, which is so divine. All at once a caitiff appeared, lifted me up, and pushed me from the castle. To a jerk, I fell from my bed at once. With a constant caw-caw, I realized my dream came to a halt, and I pounced. Thank
Wow.
Wow, madam, I traveled in
Splendid,
your life.
really.
Yeah, you took us to the fairyland.
you.
Now,
Thank you.
my dear, your
Hmm.
time, your
Yeah.
turn, please.
Me? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Your turn.
Yeah. The very purpose of my being here today is because of the poetry. So I thought I'd read something about poetry, what poetry is to me. So this is the title of my poem, and here it is. Poetry to me is an ocean of words bobbing and bouncing, inundating my senses, flapping and fluttering. Emotions on a roller coaster journey, exciting. Feelings rushing to ferry my ponderings. Undulating thoughts eagerly awaiting to elucidate sentimental expressions surging. Explications, my myriad reflections to elucidate sentimental expressions surging. Explicating my myriad reflections hovering in the deep recesses of my mind, unwinding, floating, and flowing with a fervor invigorating, interpreting my ideas and ideological musings, explaining moods and tempers swinging, exploring the intensities of life and living, reminiscing, reveling, recalling, and reflecting on my experiences and perceptions, often fleeting, sensibilities and sensations too, flipping, flipping, thoughts buzzing and swirling relentless in a magical resurgence, seeking an escape with the realms of pristine poetic effulgence. This is about
Oh,
my poetry.
excellent, madam. You now have created a poet soul when writing.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
Now, see if Vandana already
No,
to.
ma'am. Give me just one segment time. We can continue with the next. Yes.
So, I will explore a little more about you both. Okay, my dear. Tell
So,
me. Okay. Tell me. I have a curiosity. Do you remember the first poem that you composed? Did you
first
remember?
poem,
The first one
I
that you
don't remember that.
so
But
proud about.
no, but if I may, I remember a poem I recited when I was a child.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, like I was studying in Delhi in the Holy Child School, and we were asked to recite a poem, and this was, I don't know the poet's name, but Owl and the Pussycat. So that was the first
oh,
poem I recited, And when my father had come down from US, he bought a tape recorder. And we were all very eager to record our voices. And that was the first poem of mine recorded in that. So that's the story.
Wow. So nice.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
visit this time. Sometimes we visit our begin and we compare. Do you compare your poem today from the early ones? Do you use it? Yeah.
I mean, you mean to say whom do I take as a idol, or whom do I follow? Is that what you're asking me? Uh, Basically, I'm not a literature person, but whatever I read, whatever I see, whatever I feel, whether it's the pain or pleasure or happiness or even sadness and all, there are so many events in life also happening around us, inside us, everywhere.
Oh,
So sometimes,
oh,
depending on the prompt given, maybe, I'm not saying definitely, but maybe those do play on my mind occasionally. Yes.
I see, I see. And you,
Yeah.
Somdatta, Mad, tell us, did you remember your first poem composed?
No, because I've written,
I
I think
exactly
I've written at least 500 to 800 poems now, maybe even more than that. And I don't know, I need to dig them out.
No problem. It's difficult to remember, huh? Word by word.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, Somdatta
yes,
Mada.
it's the same thing for me. I don't remember though, but what I can
Don't.
recall is that the very initial poems, one of the initial poems that I have written is about my father, because poetry comes from emotions. I'm very emotional, and uh, it was a time I was compelled to struggle, because at that time I lost my father, and I
Oh,
was working, instead of the fact that I should have been studying at that time, but I had
Uh,
to really take care of
that's
my
what.
mother, and I had to work. And sudden expiry of my father compelled me to get into a deep depression. So during that time, I wrote this poem regarding,
Oh,
how much I am missing my father, because I was very close to him, very much attached to him. And it was a deep turmoil for me to cope up and to overcome that
mm.
situation. So I think one of those initial poems was about my father.
okay, okay, that's nice. Vandana, are you ready now?
Yes, I am ready. So, Shakuntala ma'am, Somdatta ma'am, I have tried,
Yeah.
in whatever time I could, I have
Mhm.
tried my best. So, here is what I have for you. A
Yeah.
healthy mind with thoughts of consciousness, following the righteous path to wakefulness. Love and care guiding with concern, whimsical ideas grow into
Mm.
well-being of optimism and comfort. So
Wow.
Spellbound,
Oh,
spellbound.
Hats off.
This is
Hats
a
off to you,
great
Vandana.
quality in you, ma'am.
oh, nice.
Really,
Oh,
it's not
nice.
not a cup of
Wow.
tea for everyone, but it's a
Yes,
great
yes.
quality. I mean, to
Ah,
amalgamate all those words into a story. All
I
right.
know.
thank you,
Super,
thank you,
Vandana.
thank you, ma'am, thank you.
great, Vandana, great.
Really enjoyed it.
Yes.
Guys,
Really enjoyed it.
Mm.
this time is when we want to communicate to you the power of the words.
Power of words,
Okay,
exactly.
Words. Yeah.
in a few
Yeah.
minutes, in a few words.
So,
Okay, so guys, as we were saying, we have created a micro poem from our single words, and I congratulate all you. It was a
yes,
great experience.
congratulations to all of us for the micro poetry and to the power of
Thanks to
Okay,
words.
you.
it was
Thanks to
nice.
you.
So continuing our talk, I would like you taking a glance in the words. Which message would you like to leave to the world?
So as a poet, as a
Mom.
person, what message you would like to give the listeners, to the world, So
Well, I'm not
Shakuntala
such a
ma'am,
big
yes.
entity. Yeah, I'm not such a big entity to give message, but since it's
Your
been
thought, yeah.
asked, so yeah, my thought, I said simple living, truthful living, no pretentious life, or trying to compete with one another in the name of religion, or in the name of caste, or in the name of class, or whatever. So trying to respect everybody's sentiments. I feel that's the
Great.
best thing that can,
Yes.
yeah.
Especially, in this fake world of social media, this is a very simple,
Yes,
thoughtful message. Yes.
thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nice.
Somdatta ma'am.
Thank you.
I would say I'm very ordinary to give any message, deliver any message, because my journey is yet to go. I'm still learning in this, in this level of poetry. So whatever, uh, I would just like to say that we should be kind, we should be understanding, because nowadays there is a lot of commotion over the fact that every trivial issue is misunderstood. I mean, if you're watching something over the social media, we assume something and that is misunderstood. And we have our own opinions over that. So that's not fair. I mean, we should not judge people just by, locating certain messages or locating certain informations about them. We should rather, if possible, we should connect to them personally and relate to the problem.
Right.
And second thing is that we should be compassionate. Compassion and empathy are such two very, very precious things that relates to humanity. Because after all, we are all humans. And
Mm.
third thing I would say to everyone, especially to women, it's like, if you feel that at some point of time you are ill-treated by your surroundings, so don't be scared of accepting the fact that it is a time for you to change. Change is absolutely inevitable. There is a metamorphosis in each and every one of us. So don't be scared of changing yourself with this acceptance that everybody will not like you, everybody will not praise you. You have to
True.
accept that.
Mm.
And if you feel that you are ill-treated, then believe in yourself that you were following a shadow. Just uh, you know uh, change your road. I mean, the poem which was written by Robert Frost connects to me always: the road not taken. So
Road
don't
marshal, yes.
follow that
Mhm.
shadow, change your route, and always give yourself the optimism that you are capable of handling yourself. So
Great.
don't
Great.
repent or regret over the fact what you have lost. Be happy with the fact that so many things are there in your life to make yourself cheerful and happy. So this is what I
Absolutely.
want.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you
Well
so
said, well
much.
said.
Mm.
Thank you.
In this moment, we used to promote books. Do you have books to promote in this time? If you have,
Mm.
So in this Gelda ma'am, we couldn't really hear you towards the end. So she's asking you, this is the time if you want to promote your book, any project, or want to share anything regarding your poetic journey, or over the
Mm.
social media platforms, or your personal level. So
Sure.
Shakuntala ma'am.
I have published 2 books on devotional songs, in Telugu.
Oh,
Okay.
really? Okay.
Yeah. So
Madam,
this was long.
do you have your book on hands to show us?
Yeah, I'll show it. Can I get it? Shall I get it? Yeah, I have.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please, it will be a pleasure to see your books in your hand.
It's better.
Mm-hmm.
This is one book. And with another, I got the wrong one. Yeah. This is one book. This is on goddess. This is on our goddess, call her Saraswati or call her Shakti or whatever. It's a common term for it. Yeah. And this is on Lord Rama, my favorite deity.
Okay. So are these in English or in your native language, ma'am?
In my native language. And these are actually, I composed the music, I wrote them. They were all instantaneous. I don't know how it happened. I don't even want to claim any, what should I say, that I have done this, because they just happened, like somehow the words came to me along with the tune. And my father was responsible, yeah. So I don't know. So, and I do have, for all poems and all, sufficient material to get them published. Only thing is, I don't go about. That is the problem. So otherwise, I would have got
So
them
you
published
should,
long.
ma'am, just have it in print for yourself. Do not, I would say only for yourself to see as your achievement, your journey.
More for my parents, like they were the insistent. And maybe if my father was alive, I lost my mother also just 2 months back. And she was after me. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you not getting them published and all? My father was, of course, like for anybody, all girls, the father is supposed to be the person over there. So,
correct.
I don't think I pushed myself also to that extent. Maybe if I had the drive, I would have done it. But somehow it just got sleeping in those files and in my notebooks.
Yeah, so just wake them up, bring out the papers and, get to it, ma'am. We would love to see a book from you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Somdatta, madam.
Yes, I would like to say that my solo book is under publication. Just within 1 month, it will come. So I would like to promote my anthologies. I worked on 1,500 anthologies, but I have a collection of few to share it here on this, event. The first one gives me a lot of pleasure. This is The World Beyond the Den. This was compiled by my son, Mitra, and I have written there. I have participated as a co-author in this book. The world. Is it visible properly?
Yes, we can see that. Yes.
It's about traveling. If you're a travel freak, you're a wanderlust, you can, add your content. I mean, those who were at that time, they added their, shared their contents here. Even I was a co-author. So this is one of very, favorite anthology I have ever worked with.
So how long ago was this, ma'am?
3 years back.
Okay.
3 years back. Okay. Then this is very, very emotional for me. The Caged Bird Sings.
Wow. Nice title, yes.
Very beautiful.
Okay. Beautiful. So I'm always writing for the women and their empowerment. So this is one of the memorable work. I mean, I was associated with a very good publisher, and she connects to me till today. So that was very emotional there to work with this lady.
This subject is related to all us.
There is one I should mention here. It's a Hindi anthology. I mean, the publisher was a Hindi writer, but here English poetry has also been amalgamated. This is about the patriotism. Ma Tujhe Salam. I'm also a very, very intense patriot. and I love
Yeah.
working, patriotic anthologies. So this is also one very
Yeah.
close to my heart. And
Oh,
this one is
great.
Chronicles of Heart. This is about
Wow.
emotions.
Mhm.
This is about egoism. This is about love, nature, about your freedom, about yourself. Anything you want to associate with your life, this is all about that. Chronicles,
Yeah.
Lovely.
Heart of Heart.
Mhm. Very nice.
This is about
Congratulations to you both.
secret Santa.
Congratulations.
Secret Santa.
Incidentally,
Okay.
Vandana, yeah, incidentally, I think even I have about more than 25 anthologies I've been actively I
Associated with.
participated in
Mhm.
and associated with. And in fact, I've written a review for Chrysanthemum Chronicles, Shiva
Oh,
anthology. So, yeah, so
okay.
some of them. So I keep forgetting
Last
them, but
one is Symphony of Peace. This I have worked with, I'll just mention the name, I forgot. Uh, Saraswati Poswal ma'am and Pramod Gangadhar.
Okay. Yes.
Symphony of Peace.
She's one of our
very.
co-admins.
This is the recent one I have worked with, and this
Mhm.
is very close to my heart. I'm very emotional about this. So this
Great.
is
So proud of you.
thank you,
Great,
ma'am.
great. So,
I would like to congratulate you both for your brilliant presence, for your knowledge, for your kindness to share with us your thoughts, your brilliant poems. It was really a superb moment, a superb moment. Thank you so very much for this.
Yes,
thank you.
thank
Thank
you
you
for
for having us.
I have something to say before we conclude. It's like if these platforms are not there, then poets are not there. Poets are
exactly.
also, enlivening their spirits through the beautiful platforms. And this platform is so vivacious. This is so effulgent. This is so lovable and so very comforting that this will be a memorable, event
True.
for me
Very true.
for my
Very true.
future with Vandana Okay ma'am and Gelda
Mm.
Castro ma'am. This is
Yeah.
really sensational for me.
Yes.
Thank
I'm
you.
so great.
But honestly, the pleasure is, all ours to have you grace our show. And how 1 hour flew by, we didn't even realize. So
Yes,
it was really,
absolutely.
really great to know more about you. Apart from reading your poetries online, it was
Mm.
really, really heartwarming to know you, to
Thank you.
meet you
It's a
face to
pleasure.
face here. Yes,
No,
thank
because
you.
you too, it was a relaxed show. And we also, I came, with all nerves, I was wondering what I'm going to do. But when I saw you both, I think everything sort of just
Yes, it is a
disappeared. And I was
casual
able.
platform to know
Yes,
more about you
yes.
as
Thank
a
you.
poet
Yeah.
and writer
I hope,
person.
Mm.
I hope you both have enjoyed a lot, as we.
Yes,
Thank you so much. Thank you for
We are
everything.
privileged, and I think we are blessed to receive such honors in these events, in these platforms. Because I repeat, if there is no platform, there is no poet.
poets. Yes,
Yeah,
and it is vice versa. It is the other way
If
around.
there's no
True.
poetry,
Yes.
Yes.
right.
Vandana,
Mm.
thank you for your brilliant presence, to your
Yes.
helpness.
Thank you. Always a pleasure, Gelda ma'am, to be here. Mhm.
Mm.
Wish for you a blessed weekend. Okay,
Thank
stay
you.
well, all. A lot
Thank you
of
so.
and peace in your lives.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you. Have
Wish
a
you the
great
same.
weekend, all of
Mm.
you. Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
I,
you.
Thank you. Bye.
we are
Bye.
finishing our moment,
Yeah.
and I hope you have enjoyed like we here. And see you in the next time. Okay, bye
Yes. Yes.
bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. I will end the meeting now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you.